Excitement is sweeping across East Africa, not for coffee or wildlife, but for a discovery deep beneath Ugandan soil. Uganda has just confirmed a colossal new oil field, a find that could transform the nation's economic destiny. With an estimated 600 million barrels of recoverable crude, Uganda's global energy profile has skyrocketed. This breakthrough injects new momentum into long-stalled projects, from pipelines to refineries, and stirs hope for jobs, infrastructure, and a future beyond foreign aid. The discovery is more than economic. It's a symbol of national ambition and a potential turning point for millions. Ugandans dream of better schools, hospitals, and reliable electricity, powered by their own resources. But history warns of the oil curse, where wealth breeds corruption and environmental harm instead of prosperity. Uganda now faces a critical test. Can it turn black gold into a blessing for all, or will it repeat the mistakes of others? The choices made now will shape Uganda's future for generations. The nation stands at a crossroads, with both hope and responsibility in its hands. Uganda's oil story began nearly 2 decades ago in the Albertine Graben, sparking dreams of quick riches. But the journey from discovery to production has been slow, hampered by complex negotiations, tax disputes, and the logistical challenge of developing oil in a landlocked country. Each delay tested the patience of investors and citizens, but also allowed Uganda to build strong legal and regulatory frameworks. Institutions like the Petroleum Authority of Uganda and the Uganda National Oil Company were established to safeguard national interests. Behind the scenes, careful planning and skills development laid the foundation for today's breakthroughs. Unlike nations rushed into oil, Uganda learned from others' mistakes, focusing on deliberate, sustainable growth. This patience has given Uganda a unique advantage as it enters a new era of oil production. The stage is now set for Uganda to finally reap the rewards of its long wait. November 2025 marked a turning point as Uganda's National Oil Company announced a massive new find in the Kasarubin block. This 600 million barrel discovery boosts Uganda's total recoverable reserves to around 2.25 billion barrels. It's the largest find in over a decade and a triumph for Uganda's homegrown exploration efforts. The Kasarubin success proves Uganda can lead its own resource development, not just host foreign companies. This new capacity gives Uganda more leverage in future deals and greater confidence on the world stage. The discovery will be integrated into broader oil plans, ensuring a longer production plateau and more stable revenues. Uganda's oil industry now has the foundation for decades of growth and investment. Extracting oil is only half the battle. Getting it to market is a monumental challenge for landlocked Uganda. Enter the East African Crude Oil Pipeline, EACOP, a 1,243-kilometer, electrically heated marvel stretching from Hoima to Tanzania's port of Tanga. The pipeline's unique design keeps Uganda's waxy crude flowing, making it the world's longest heated pipeline. As of late 2025, EACOP is 75% complete, with $3.3 billion invested and a powerful consortium, Total Energies, CNOOC, and national oil companies, driving it forward. EACOP will transport 220,000 barrels per day, matching the output from the Telenga and Kingfisher fields. Upstream, drilling is nearly complete, with both fields racing to meet the July 2026 first oil deadline. These synchronized efforts, field development and pipeline construction, are critical to Uganda's oil ambitions. The pipeline is Uganda's lifeline to global markets, connecting its resources to the world. Success here will define Uganda's place in the international energy landscape. The countdown to first oil is on. Not all of Uganda's oil is destined for export. Some will fuel the nation itself. The planned Hoima refinery will process 60,000 barrels per day, turning crude into petrol, diesel, and jet fuel. This move toward energy independence will slash Uganda's import bill, and stabilize local fuel supplies. The refinery will create skilled jobs, lower costs for industries, and produce byproducts like bitumen for roads. With $7 billion in contracts, $2.2 billion awarded to Ugandan companies, the project is already boosting the local economy. Around 20,000 direct jobs and 180,000 indirect opportunities are expected, spreading oil wealth across the country. The refinery is a cornerstone of Uganda's industrial future. Uganda's oil boom is not without controversy. The EACOP pipeline faces fierce opposition from environmentalists and human rights activists, who warn of risks to wildlife, water sources, and communities. Land acquisition has displaced thousands, with many questioning the fairness of compensation. Critics argue the project locks Uganda into a fossil fuel future, urging investment in renewables instead. The government promises high standards and transparency, but skepticism remains. Balancing economic growth with environmental and social responsibility is Uganda's toughest challenge yet. The world is watching to see if Uganda can chart a new, responsible path. With vast reserves and major infrastructure underway, Uganda is poised to become an energy powerhouse in Africa. Oil will shift Uganda from importer to exporter, boosting its economic and political influence. Success in oil could spark investment in other sectors, from manufacturing to technology. But the real test is whether oil wealth will translate into better lives for all Ugandans. Transparent management, wise investment, and environmental care are crucial. As first oil approaches in 2026, Uganda stands at a historic crossroads. Will it become a model for responsible resource use, or fall into the oil curse? The next chapter for the Pearl of Africa is about to be written.